Let's move on and let me now welcome on board Shalabh Saxena, the MD and CEO at Spandana Sphoorty Financial, joining in on the show right now. Shalabh, great to have you on ET. Now let's first talk about the AUM growth that you've posted, because you've already crossed the 10,000 crore rupee mark. Would you like to give any target for AUM growth from here onward, both for this fiscal and the next?
Good morning. Good morning to you and all your viewers. When we started our journey, this is about a couple of years back, we had very clearly articulated a 3-year plan, which ends next year, which is FY25. As per the plan, this year, which is FY24, on the AUM, we should be in the range of 11,500 to 12,000 crores. The next year, which is FY25, we will conclude at AUM, and exit AUM will be roughly about 15,000 crores. So we are well on course to meet this year's plan. And obviously, next year we'll continue to do whatever we had articulated from a Vision 25 plan perspective.
Let's also talk about the quality of your asset book, because your NPA ratios have deteriorated in the quarter gone by. What led to this marginal uptick that you've seen in Q3? And do you feel there are any concerns from certain pockets of your book?
Yeah, so look, there are two answers to your question. Let me answer the second one first. Are there any concerns with respect to specific geographies? The answer is no. There is no specific geography which is either blowing up or, all the geographies, if you are a prudent lender and if you continue on course, you will see a minor blip here and there. But broadly, from a story perspective and a credit loss perspective, I think, any financer should be fine. And so are we. That's number one. Number two, the specific question on the 21 bips increase in our GNPA from 1.4 to 1.61. What is happening is that we are trying to convert our model from a monthly repayment model to a weekly repayment model. This has led, and we launched this project about July and August of last year. It's been about 8-9 months, and we've been kind of busy managing that entire piece, because this impacted about 1.6 million customers and about almost 50% of our portfolio. So yes, it's an increase of about 21 bips, as I said. This is, as I say, nothing wrong with the quality of the portfolio. This is a temporary inconvenience for a better tomorrow, because the customers have to get tuned to from a date and from a monthly cycle to a weekly regime. That's what we are trying to do. First, we are getting them on to, from a date to a day, and then we move them to a weekly, because we feel the management feels that a weekly model is a much superior model to opt for. And that's the reason why you saw the spike. We might see that for this quarter as well. By April or May, I think we should be done with that, that particular project that we had undertaken about 7-8 months back.
Okay, fair enough. Morning, now your gross slippages, that was at about 1.1% of the AUM this quarter. What does the ideal ratio look like for the bank that you want to achieve in the near term?
So, once again, going back to the plan that we had articulated, there are some 3-4 things that we've been saying. The first is, I spoke about the AUM already. On the credit loss, we've been saying, and have been consistent on this program as well, a sub of 2% credit loss is what we built into our P&Ls. We'll be comfortable. We are comfortable with that number, and that is what we'll continue to. That's number 2. Number 3 is on the ROAs. We've said that, it will be upwards of 4.5%. We are well above that, and we'll continue to chug on that direction, in the next few quarters as well. The last one is the geographical concentration, which is extremely key to this whole microfinance industry that we speak about. We've said that no state, exit 25, which is next year, no state will be more than 12 to 13%. I think we are well on course to meet that number as well.
What about your branch expansion plans? Do you have any target in mind here?
Yeah, so when we came out with a Vision 25, we had said we are going to expand to 1,500 branches. We were at about 1,100 branches at that point in time. This is beginning of FY23. We have already, while we said 1,500 branches by end of FY25. But however, looking at the opportunity and the geographical mitigation that I spoke about, we are already at 1,574 branches. So we've kind of achieved that number. So next year there'll be no new branch opening. All we have to do is the productivity that will unlock for all the branches that have opened this fiscal is what the company and everybody is going to see. So to that extent, what we will see is unlocking of all the productivity and the other elements which come with the branch opening. We've already done that bit, and that is why there is a bit of a elevation in the cost to income as well. But then this is an investment, which will kind of which will deliver, the next year and onwards.
Your NIMs have seen a decline on a sequential basis despite the cost of funds softening this quarter. What led to this? What are the key triggers now for NIMs to increase going forward, you think?
Yeah, so NIM, there was specific two reasons why the NIMs went down by 84 basis points. About 38 basis was the increase in the SMA book that I spoke about, because of that monthly to a weekly project, so that was one. The balance 46% was on two counts. The first one was the leverage increasing. So if about a year back, we were leveraged at about 1.7x. We are at 2.3 currently. So obviously that adds to a bit of a pressure. That's one. And two is the carrying cost. So these are the two reasons. To answer your specific question, anything upwards of 13 and a half NIM is what is good for us. And I think we will stabilize at that number comfortably.
Okay, thanks so much for taking time out and giving us that heads up. So yes, on track to achieve the FY24 targets, AUM target for FY25 at close to 15,000 crores. That's Spandana Sphoorty, the stock price as well, taking heed to those comments, up 1.5%.